So I think today we're going to be doing another more of those exploring until I die videos. Right, I forgot I was going to have to visit this car crash. Okay, looks like we got moss blocks, some coal, some wheat, which I'm actually going to craft into bread real quick. 'Cause it's just the perfect amount. I think under here, if I'm not wrong, will lead us into this room. There'll be a table here and a chest. Some good loot, and I know there's one more chest here, but I know typically it does not have good loot. So I'll loot it just in case, but I know most of the time it's just like a buried treasure map or something. Yep. Just for your satisfaction, I'd loot it. And now we'll try to go around this iceberg and hopefully not run into more. Like that boat did. Jeez, how do you even park your boat up there, man? Look, I've driven a boat before. It's not that hard to keep it from crashing. Might have to file some DUI reports. There's an underwater ravine, there's another underwater ravine, and there's land. Now let's see if I can just go through it, or if I have to go all the way around it. 31,000 blocks. There's another shipwreck. It's probably worth looting, but I don't really feel like it right now. I take that back, I'm kidding. Gotta park directly over it, and we're only gonna loot this chest. And that's why we park directly over it. And we made it. With plenty of loot. Unfortunately, 0 diamonds. Once again. I've got 2. But it's not the number I want. If you know what I mean. Like, you know, preferably, eventually I'm going to get full diamond armor from this. It's going to be one of this video's goals. I mean, not videos, this series. In the meantime, all we gotta do is look for more and not die. Shouldn't be too hard. If you guys ever spot anything weird in my recordings, just tell me. Or if I say anything I shouldn't say, just tell me. But please explain to me what it is. If you just say, you said something you shouldn't, then I'm not going to take you seriously. Of course, I'm probably going to rewatch the video, but... Or rewatch the videos, and I'm actually going to look back on what I've done. Because I never actually watch my videos before I post them. Interesting little tidbit, but... Not once have I watched one of my recordings before I sent it off to the YouTube browser. I'll take some sweet berries. Okay, legit, I saw those legs, and I thought there was no sheep attached to it. I thought it was like a player of some sort. And then I saw it was a sheep butt. Okay, so it was just one message. Thought I saw it reappear, and I'm like, I just broke the bed. How did my spawn point get set somewhere? There's a shipwreck, but that only looks like half, and I can't tell which half it is from over here. And also it's way over there, and that's just like too much worse, and too much work, and would set me too far off course. That's a portal. I'll take that. That's right there. Like, this one made sense. It's like an inch away. Don't tell me there's a zombie back here. There's a zombie back here. It's wild. Silk touch, curse the binding helmet. All useless in my eyes. Except for the obsidian. I might make a copy of this world at one point, and then make a second series of exploring the Nether until I die. Well, there'll be two requirements. First, I'll want to have full diamond, so that in that video I can make full netherite, potentially. And second, I've got to have enough obsidian for 2 portals before I make the first portal. So that if I really can't go any farther, and I'll probably deconstruct the portals as I make them, after I exit them. Be funny if I found a mending book. I think that's possible. Well, it is possible. That's a portal. Let's see if there's gapples, or even better, a E-gap. Or, best, another clock. Because I like a clock. There is nothing of any use here. Well, a 4 gold chestplate is pretty cool, but the durability is so low. And it's also just not uniform with the rest of my armor. Like, the base stats are so garbage on gold armor that I'd rather just not wear it to begin with. The only thing nice that I find about gold is that it's got really high enchantability. Ouch. Should probably make a water bucket. But I don't have a good slot in my inventory for that. Could also make a lava bucket just for the achievement. Probably won't sit in my hotbar though. Actually, hold up. I don't need to keep furnaces in my hotbar. And I have like several different ways I could clutch. All in reach of my scrolling button. 'Cause if you haven't noticed, that's how I like to switch items. I don't hit numbers, because for one, I don't have the number keys memorized on their locations compared to my WASD keys. And for two, I just find scrolling a little bit easier. I might make an ARG channel one day. Sounds really fun. But it also sounds like it wouldn't get a whole lot of views. And also, I'm not really creative enough to make an ARG. If I was more creative, I'd have more views. You know, like all my things are just like, I mean, maybe Explore Until I Die is a little bit unique, but hardcore series, just War Thunder streams. Anybody can do that. Anybody has done that. Everybody's done that. Everybody who plays the games and does YouTube has done one of those at one point in time, I feel like. I still have yet to understand what went so well with the second building series video. Again, I'm assuming it's the YouTube algorithm biasing really short videos. Oh my god. It's a dumb fucking skeleton getting burned alive in a swamp. And now I'm pretty sure I've trailblazed through jungles and trudged through swamps and climbed mountains. And I think probably swam through rivers. Trying to find a list of impressive things to make this world not seem like I'm just mindlessly exploring for the block count. That I'm actually getting something out of this instead of just a handful of viewers and maybe even the slightest bit of paranoia that I've been somewhere before. Deja vu. If I could say I have one fear, it's the fear of things endlessly repeating. Might sound like a weird one, but if I were to see a row of houses with exactly the same property size, exactly the same design, exactly the same paint color, with exactly the same car outside, you guys might be a little bit spooked as well. That's a creeper. Not that I've ever seen this kind of stuff, but I think there's a term for it. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look it up. And when I do, I'll report. think we're okay. It's a really big beach. Reminds me of some old Minecraft alpha pictures I've seen before. Might have been from the Minecraft handbooks. I was the kind of kid that had them. Usually I have more luck with structures out here. Right now it's just nothing. That was probably the underwater ravine. Or is a ruined portal I missed. Because I know those are both sources of magma. I'm hoping it was. That's the good half. There's another structure. This is not the right one. I might have just missed it. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Well, we made it. I have over a stack of emeralds. We're rich. It's been a while since we've seen a village. Food supply is beginning to dip a bit. But I know this biome has plenty of villages. Seen quite a few of them recently. Quite a few of these biomes, I mean. And there's plains. And back into the tundra. Yeah, gotta remember to watch out for polar bears if they have kids. If possible, steal the child. It's the best way to mess with a polar bear. It's to steal the child. Or smack the child. They both work pretty well. Ooh. Village. Tell you, these biomes tend to have a lot of villages. Almost feels comforting to see one of these villages again. Going so long without him is like just a bit boring, honestly. I mean, I can't go that long without something to steal. In-game. I don't steal things. IRL. Unless it's from a friend. I steal from my friends a lot. Most of the pencils. I don't need them. I tend to give them back, too. Unlike some of my friends who take my pencils and keep them. Or who I give a pencil to borrow and never return them. Hold up real quick. Okay, I'm back. Yep. To keep on my path of around z equals 1000, which I've been straying off a little bit. And yes, and I can apply math terms to real life. I mean, to Minecraft. And to real life, but Minecraft mostly. Because the maps are like a grid. And I am going in a... I can't know if it's I can't tell if it's a zero slope or an undefined slope line. I'll sit amongst the cows. I was gonna make an ARG, I'd have to learn to do a lot of things. 'Cause a lot of the ARGs I've seen are beautifully done. Like, even Minecraft ARGs, it's like... they've got really cool mods to make the ARG look better. And it's not like shaders or anything, but they've got a code in the anomalies, which I suppose would be pretty difficult. Or even more, they have to make a skin for the player, which is very difficult in some ARGs. There's some mountains. Let's see, are we following the path? We still need to go a little bit farther this way. Close to the mountains it is. I mean, of course, I could care less whether I'm on z equals 1000 the whole time. But don't want to stray too far away from it. You know? Like a flight. You don't want to be... you don't need to be exactly in course the entire time. You can stray from the intended course a bit. But you also don't want to leave the intended course very far away from where you are. I'm a bit tired. This is going to be my last YouTube video for a while. There are several more, I think, that I haven't uploaded yet that have just been sitting in my storage for a bit. And I'll probably post them around the same time as I post this video. But who knows? I mean, I want to post them around the same time as this video. Oh my lord. Every time I try to sprint, stop sprinting. I swear I just heard footsteps of some sort. Maybe a horse. Or maybe something else. Might have been a donkey, too. Or maybe cows have just kind of a horse-like footsteps sound. It sounded somewhere between footsteps and horses. walking around with their just heard it a couple more times. Now it's insane. It's insane the things that you can do with Minecraft. Like every loot table is so unique. That people can like I watched a video recently. There's a guy who spawned in with nothing but a starter chest. Like there was no world except for the starter chest. But in using this, he was able to make some sort of skeleton farm, and actually, I think there are several people who've made videos like this, so I can't really say names if I remember them to begin with. But started out with nothing but a starter chest and some torches in the void. They made a skeleton farm out of the wood they had, and used some of the wood for a crafting table, and used the tools from the starting chest to kill the skeletons that they spawned on the the skeletons and spiders that would spawn on the mob farm. It wasn't a skeleton farm, it was a mob farm, but they'd made blocks, and with these blocks they crafted a bigger platform and can make a bigger farm, and then after that I think they built a bridge all the way over to some sort of snowy biome and waited for snowy foxes to spawn. And of all things, apparently there's like a 1% or a 5% or something like that drop rate for foxes carrying an item to have an emerald in their mouth, which I have never seen due to my lack of experience with foxes. But they made a farm for the foxes to kill them. And after like many hours of grinding foxes, they finally got enough emeralds to trade with a wandering villager, which they had to make their own spawn platform for because they don't spawn at a certain Y level. And they traded for moss or something like that, and then they bone mealed that moss until they got azaleas. And then bone mealed those azaleas to finally, after all these hours of grinding skeletons and spiders and just overall suffering, they finally got wood. And they had some other method of getting more stuff. Can't remember what it was. They got dirt somehow. They might have traded with the wandering traders, but it was just this long grind of just work and work and work, so repetitive. And that's the kind of repetitive I like, What I don't like is repetitive objects. Like, say, an infinite hallway. Like, that would scare the shit out of me. Even thinking about it sends shivers down my spine. Okay, so we are 40,000 blocks. That's impressive. And I forgot what I was just talking about. The second I saw the 40,000 blocks. Because, well, I don't have ADHD, I just get easily distracted. What is up with all these zombie sounds? I'm on the surface. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll find a fossil. That'd be insane. I just noticed that there was a sprint mode for boats. And that is not a portal. But that might be a ruined portal from the magma block, but that's just a bunch of drowns. Or it is a big mountain. And that lava is making the perfect area for a lava cast. That is a ruined portal, completely exposed. With a gold block. Well, I have enough obsidian to make a portal. A portal. And a full portal at that. That's a really big ice biome. Or maybe that's just a really small ice patch. Maybe all this is ice biome. Gonna see if I could find a spruce village. Wish me luck. I can't remember if I had a name for that pink sheep. Might have been Jerry. I like that name a lot. This looks like a survival island. But it's... actually, is it? Is there more over here? No. It's not only a survival island, but it's also a beautiful building spot. This is also a survival island. This one's a lot smaller. And it's also a nice looking building spot. Moderately nice. That is drowns down there. That is too far off course, unfortunately. Considering I'm already off course. And we'll see how far we can make it through here without hitting lily pads. Not very far. That was a really pathetic jump. If I'm gonna do an ARG, I'm gonna make it on a different account. Probably an account similar, with a name similar to my in-game name. Which, if you don't know, is... Actually, I'm not gonna say it. You guys can just figure it out yourselves. It's not that hard. Just if you ever see an account show up that seems similar to mine. But unlike a lot of ARGs, I'm probably going to do audio. I'm probably going to record my voice with it. Because goodness, a lot of the ones I've watched don't have any voice to it. that is a dark oak forest. And I swear I just fell through the bed. Or even better, fell off the bed. Done that before too. That's a really cool structure area. But they aren't portals. That is complete shipwreck. That I am going to loot. Ooh, desert. Wonder if we'll see a temple this time around. Or if we'll just get let out of the desert very quickly. Wait, hold up. Is that? No way. That's two separate shipwrecks that have merged into each other. It's a front half and a back half of two separate boats. I know I'm not keeping bottles of XP. That's so cool, man. It's half a boat and another half a boat, and neither of them are the same boat. And almost 45,000 blocks today. Got about 15 minutes left. Honestly, that was probably cooler than a temple. I think it's time, though. Start condensing into blocks. Could probably just get rid of the sweet berries at this point. Never gonna need them at this rate. There's a portal. It's a bit off course, I know, but these actually have good loot. So it's pretty worth it in my opinion. And unfortunately, I'm unable to find the chest. Guess we'll just have to keep going. Ooh, coral. Is that another ruined portal? Ooh, and this time I can see the chest. I'll take those. I'll eat those first. Because honestly, they're good food and they take up space in my inventory. So if I eat them first, I'll have one less slot left, and on top of that, it'll take longer for me to eat them all. And I won't feel as rushed to get more food. There's the back end of a ship. I think. I can't tell, but it's not in a convenient spot. And that portal is way too deep in the ocean for me to comfortably search it as much as I'd love to. Because I'm kind of a goblin like that. And that is a ocean monument. I hate those things. Literal bane of my sanity. What I really don't want to do is run into one, like, straight ahead of me. Because then I gotta go off course to go around it. That's just no good. Desert. No. Mesa. Second one we've seen today. In this world. Not today. And it's not a good type of mesa, so we'll just pass it, because it's not the one where the mine shafts can be on the surface. And if there isn't any mine shafts, I have no reason to go there. I wonder, what biome is this? Do we have grass? This is sunflower plains. And it was apparently surrounded by a river. Hard to believe, considering I could not see any sort of river. Isn't this great? The worst survival island you could ever have. I might loot that after this. Because they're still on track. If we loot this. And it's the half that has the chest. How many blocks? 47,000. See, I'm telling you, 75,000 is going to be easy peasy. As long as I don't die. If I die, it's over. Then I'll probably be depressed. But I'll get over it. It's just a world. Might have to go soon. Yeah, I'm logging off now. Just let me get to a little bit of a scenic spot. On that hill. Get the edge of the hill. It's gotta be the edge. Otherwise it just kinda looks stupid. And we end at 47,000, about 400 blocks. Nice job.